CEO, Mike Rowe. Later today, he's going to testify on Capitol Hill about the importance of the blue-collar job.
At least he claims he is. A lot of times he says stuff, it doesn't happen. Joining us this morning is TV host Mike Rowe, Mr. Personality. Mike, is this true?
The Mr. Personality part,
Yes.
or the fact that I'm here?
No, the fact that you are here, that's true.
Yes.
He's talking about...
But are you going to go to Congress later?
I am. I'm going to be right over there in about 20 minutes or so.
What's your message?
I'm going to speak in a crisp, well-modulated baritone. I'm going to make eye contact. I'm going to shake a hand firmly. And I'm going to suggest that the skills gap is every bit as important as unemployment and the presence of 5.6 million available jobs right now that people don't seem excited about. Says something about our country we should talk about, and the best way to close that skills gap is to affirmatively make a persuasive case for opportunities that actually exist.
Sure, absolutely. Unfortunately, a lot of schools have gotten rid of VOTech.
Yeah.
Or, wood shop. I learned how to weld, which was, to this day, going to be my backup. If things go haywire, I'm going to be a welder.
Well, you learn more than welding when you learn to weld. You learned to start a thing and finish a thing.
Right, exactly.
Right? And you learned chemistry, whether you knew it or not. And you learned consequences, because the welding torch is hot, right? I mean,
Right.
There's so many things you
You've
learn.
got gas. You've got arc.
Ainsley knows that.
Elect-
She also is going to be a welder.
Yeah. Well, look,
I don't know how to weld, I will say.
Well, that's okay.
But I've heard you in interviews. I love that you say this. You say some people, they like to start a job, they like to finish it, they like to see something in front of them that they've made and they've created.
Well, on Dirty Jobs, I think really the big lesson, people always ask me, what does this group of people seem to know that the rest of us don't? And the list is actually pretty long, but that sense of completion is somewhere near the top. And the idea, not to over-romanticize it, but there is a band of brothers mentality among people who do work that's both important and largely unappreciated. Right? They know if they all call in sick for a week,
Stuff doesn't get done.
party's over.
Stuff doesn't get built. Donald Trump out on the stump has made it very clear. He doesn't think we build stuff here in the United States anymore. And in some measure, he's right.
I think he's right in some measure, but I also think, making America great, making America work. My message today in a nutshell is, if you want to make America great again, you got to make work cool again, right? I mean, we're going to be talking about the Perkins bill, and we're going to be talking about VOTech in high schools, because to your point, the unintended consequences of pulling vocational education out of high schools, we're still getting our heads around it. $1.3 trillion in student loans, the skills gap, obviously, a crumbling infrastructure. These things, obviously, I'm not an expert, but to me, they're not problems. They're symptoms of this larger disconnect that I think a lot of people have with work.
And that's your message today to Congress. And Mike Works, Mike Rowe Works, Inc. is your 501c3.
Yeah, we started Mike Rowe Works about 10 years ago, and we focus primarily on skills gap issues. We shine a light on jobs that actually exist that nobody talks about. And we award work ethic scholarships to kids who want to take the time to learn a skill, master a trade, essentially reward the kind of behavior that I think we all want to encourage.
You know something about blue collars? You're wearing one right now.
Well, look, the sleeves are up, and I got the patches because I'm authentic.
And is that how you dressing for Congress?
This is it, man.
All right, I like it.
Can I borrow the flag pin?
Oh, absolutely. It'll get you in the door. All right.
Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks, guys.
Mike, I know you've been wondering that.